very good morning, students. Today we are going to see the second chapter of history, that is nationalism in India. Nationalism in India. Let us see why it is important or what we are going to study in this lesson. Let us see that one. First topic what we are going to study, that is First World War and Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. Means just after First World War what happened, and we have studied all these points, major points in 8th standard history as 6th lesson and 10th, 11th and 12th lesson, like that. So all these things 6th, 5th, 6th lessons what we studied about the before Gandhian era what happened. Then 10th and 11th lesson we studied the time of Gandhi or Gandhian era what happened. And here the lesson is starting with the Gandhian era, that is just after First World War or 1914 onwards or 1918 onwards what happened. Then in that first point the about means the time it is starts with Gandhi or Gandhian era. So first topic it is idea of Satyagraha. Who brought it? Gandhiji. Then that started here in 1915 January. The next topic, Rowlatt Act. What is mean by Rowlatt Act? Why it is, and what is the importance? Why it is important here in India? Because of that, what happened here in India? Rowlatt Act, it is to protect the Muslims and Muslims' belief. That's why in India we can see Hindu-Muslim union or unity very nicely in this part. And next one, why non-cooperation? Why Gandhiji said about, given the next idea, non-cooperation, which is based on his idea of Satyagraha. Then fourth point what we are going to study, that is the second subtopic, differing stance within the movement. How the people or different area people, how they are taking the different idea or receiving the different meaning for the same movement. We can see in the movements in the towns, in the town, educated people, how they are reacting to the movement. And the rebellion in the countryside. Countryside means in the village side. Village side, how people they are reacting to the movement of Gandhiji. Next one, the Swaraj and in the plantation. The plantation workers, how they are taking, how they are understanding the movement of Gandhiji. So we have seen three groups. First one is city people, second one is village people, third one is plantation people. Then third subtopic, that is towards civil disobedience. Gandhiji tried with non-cooperation movement and it was not successful, or he called it back. That again he is starting second type of movement, that is civil disobedience movement, that is starting in 1922 February, that we know with Dandi Yatra. The movement to Dandi, because they asked many types of task. Then first moment of civil disobedience movement, that is Salt March or Dandi March. That is the first civil disobedience movement in India under the leadership of Gandhiji. Then second one, how participants, so the different group of people we have seen in non-cooperation movement time also, how people they reacted to the movement, like that city people or village people or the plantation people, like that. Here also different side people we can see here, countryside people, then peasants, how they taken the one by one part we will see that one. And these are the third major point. And some pages not came. Okay, so we'll start with the lesson starting. We'll just wait one more minute. Okay, so first the introduction of the lesson, what we studied in 8th standard. If you are remembering, then it is very easy. We studied about the Blue Revolution, then the people's work, first independent war of 1857. These things we studied in 8th standard. Are you remembering that chapters? Okay, we'll discuss some of the points which is like the introduction to the lesson. Okay, we was in the colony of the British people, colony of British people, not only British people, French people, Poland people, like the different Portuguese people, like the different country people came here. They started their East India Company here, and India was under the European control near about 200 years. And in this time we understood like that because in European country also, European continents as well as in American continents, they spread a new a new idea of nationalism or democracy with liberty, equality, and other things. So we also got the inspiration from that, because many of our leaders, they went to European states for their studies. So from what they got the understanding about the nation or the liberty, fraternity, like that things, they started to apply here in India. We can see in the first paragraph, the modern nationalism in Europe came to associate with the formation of nation state. We have seen that the development of unification of Germany, Italy, like that countries we have seen. Like that, one by one country they are tried to become the independent state or nation states. And it also meant a change in people's understanding who they were and what defined their identity and sense of belonging. Means the people, they started to understand each and every country people, if it is Indian or Iranian or American people, we started to think, each and every people started to think about who they were before this colonization. What was our condition, we were, and second one, what is our identity, how we can define our identity. Now we lost our identity, because not now, in the time of British rule, we lost our identity because of this colonization and the compulsion. Then sense of belonging, to whom we are having that feeling, like that we are one, like that feeling, like that things they started to think. New symbols and icons, new songs and ideas forged new links and redefined the boundaries of the communities. In Asian European countries also, we have seen that Germany, like that different symbols they started to use. Like that here in India also, we can see new symbols we started to use, some icons we started to use, new songs and ideas, everything we used to make, like that, to give a link as well as a definition to the boundaries of the community. Because India means, it was not a small India what we are having now. It is divided into many countries, means it was calling us Indian subcontinent. Then in most countries, the making of the new national identity was a long process. Even in France or in Germany, it was a long process. Some countries it is taken 30-40 years, some countries it is taken more than 100 years, like that. Anyway, it was a long process. In India, as in many other colonies, the growth of modern nationalism immediately connected the anti-colonial movement. The people of India or the Pakistan or African countries or in Sri Lanka, everywhere, what we understood from nationalism, our identification, we identify that one, or we connected that one directly with the anti-colonial movement. Means those who made us to be dependent on them, or those who have made us to be imprisoned from the want to come out. For that purpose, what we started anti-colonial movement. People began discovering their unity in process of their struggle with colonialism. Each group of people, or each area people, each community people, they want to discover their unity. If, for example, Brahmins, they can't associate with Shudras or other groups of people. So what they will do, they will try to get the unity or identity with the other Brahmins. Like that, each and every group of people, they try to get their own unity. For what purpose? To struggle against the colonialism. Means each group of people, it may be in the name of caste, or it may be in the name of religion, or in the name of geographical area, or in the name of language what we are speaking, or in the name of culture what we are having. All these things we taken one by one. sometimes 2 3 together, and we made our own groups or one unity among ourselves, and we started to fight against the, we can see the peasants movement or the blue revolution related to the indigo workers, like that things we can see the group of people they are coming together. And 1857 the first independent war, in that all the work soldiers, the lower level soldiers together, they started their fight against British people. Like that each and every group they tried to find out their own unity. Then the sense of being oppressed under colonialism provide a shared bond, very important thing. We are getting the shared bond that tied many different group together. Means because of this oppression, every time the colonial people, British people, they try to oppress or suppress all the movements what we started, or at the same time they were suppressing in different way. When we are seeing the tribal law and other things what we have seen 8th standard, we know the tribals got angry because they the forest law they made, the British people they made forest law. They said like that Adivasi people or tribal people can't live in forest, they should go outside. So they was getting oppression from colonialism. So all the this Adivasi people they got a bond together. What bond together? They means they want we are one, we are suffering under this British rule, these people are overruling us. That bond they got. And we can see the next sentence, but each class and group felt a effect of colonialism differently. Their experience were varied, and their notions of freedom were not always the same. Each and every people they suffered in different way, but they are having the bond among that particular group. That we can see that one in which way they are expressing that one. The understanding about the colonialism they in different way. How the educated people they understood, like that illiterate can't understand. How one religious people, for example Protestant people or the Christianity, how they understood about the colonialism, like that Hindus can't understand. Like that according to their particular background, the meaning of colonialism or effect of colonialism, it was different. And their experience, each and every group's experience was different. To some people colonial people are very good because they are getting the major post and they are getting salary and other things. That's why they are facing different experience. Or illiterate people or peasants, they are facing different experience they got. Then notion of freedom, and even we are struggling to get away from this oppression of the British rule, but we are thinking about freedom, the meaning of freedom, that was different for different groups. The Congress under Mahatma Gandhi tried to forge these groups together within one movement, but the unity did not merge without conflict. Congress tried, Indian National Congress tried and tried to make the unity among people, all groups, all the plantation workers or the villagers, all the indigo workers, all together we should come together to fight against the colonial people. Like that Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders of National Congress they thought, but it was not that much easy task, because the people they are having their own bond to their own community. So the regularly they was facing different types of conflict among the group. And if we are seeing, we can see that tribals they are coming, or other groups of people they are coming. First they will think about their own group, then only they will think about other group of people. So conflict that was the each and every time he faced Gandhiji or other leaders faced the conflict between the members of National Congress. Then we'll continue in next video.